Learning about electric current. You have learned that when silk is rubbed on glass, the glass develops positive electric charge and the silk negative charge. These charges remain still on those bodies and are therefore called static electric charge. A flow or current of charges will be created if these charges are made to move by applying force. When water flows down a slope, we call it a current of water. Similarly, a flow of electric charges is called an electric current. Activity. Take a dry sail, like the one used in an electric torch. It has two ends or poles, the positive and the negative pole. Connect the ends of two short copper wires, one to each of the poles. Connect the other end of each wire to an electric bulb. The bulb lights up as soon as the wires are connected. The bulb gives out light because the electrochemical cell in the circuit moves the stationary negative charges in the wires by applying force to them. The electric current generated in this way passes through the filament, that is, the fine wire of the bulb, and makes it glow by raising its temperature. Functions of the electrochemical cell. To understand how exactly an electric cell works, carry out the following activity. Take a narrow plastic tube ABC and hold it alongside. Take some marbles and drop them one by one into the tube from the end A. The marbles quickly roll down the tube and emerge from the other end C. Thus, ABC can be said to become a current of marbles. However, the marbles cannot climb the slope from C to A. Now, if you were to pick up the marbles at C, take them to A and then drop them into the tube again, this current could go on flowing. What you do here is exactly what the electric cell does. That is why the force applied by an electrochemical cell is called an electromotive force. That is, a force that sets electric charge in motion. Charges in motion give rise to an electric current. The simple cell. The figure below shows how a simple electric cell is connected in an electric circuit. A plate of zinc, that is Zn, and another of copper, that is Cu, are made to stand some distance apart in a glass trough. The trough is filled with dilute sulfuric acid. The Zn plate acts as the negative pole and the copper plate as the positive pole of the cell. It means that the electric current flows from the positive copper pole to the negative zinc pole. The circuit includes a bulb and a key which can be opened or closed. The electric current can be started or stopped whenever desired by closing or by opening the key. This cell is called a volta cell. The electric current it generates is a result of the chemical reaction that takes place in the cell. The Lecland cell. After the simple volta cell, the next cell that was made in 1866 by a French scientist, Georges Lecland, was named the Lecland cell. In this cell, student, there is a mixture of manganese dioxide and carbon. Carbon is used to make the positive pole and a zinc rod is the negative pole. Powdered manganese dioxide and carbon are packed into cylindrical porcelain container. This container is porous and acts as the positive pole. A solution of ammonium chloride is filled in a large glass container and the positive and negative poles are placed in it. The chemical reaction between manganese dioxide and ammonium chloride causes an electric current to flow. The dry cell. Small dry electrochemical cells are now easily available in the market. They are used in devices like electric toys, torches, transistor, radios, etc. Obtain a used-up dry cell. Remove its outer covering. You will see a whitish cover inside. This outer covering of the cell is made of zinc and acts as the negative pole of the cell. Break open this covering. Now you will see a carbon rod. This is the positive pole of the cell. Around it is a mixture of finely powdered manganese dioxide and graphite, that is C, held in a bag of thin material. The space between this bag and the outer cylindrical zinc cover is filled with a moist paste of zinc chloride and ammonium chloride. Then the carbon rod is fitted with a metal cap and the cell is sealed. The chemical reaction taking place in this kind of cell and giving rise to the current is very slow. Hence, the reaction carries on for a long period of time. That is why the dry cell has a longer life than the other cells. The nickel-cadmium cell. Portable machines that run on electricity, like the drilling machine or some gardening tools, make use of nickel-cadmium cell. In this cell, the metal cadmium, that is Cd, forms the negative pole and the nickel, that is Ni, the positive pole. The space between the poles is filled with the alkali potassium hydroxide. The cell is made airtight to prevent both leakage and corrosion. Another important advantage of the nickel-cadmium cell is that it can be recharged again and again. The button cell. As the name says, this cell is button-shaped. These days, electric cells are used in many devices like watches, toys, cameras, calculators, etc. Because of limits of space, the cell needs to be as small as possible. Watches especially make use of button cells. This cell is also called a lithium cell. It has a negative pole of lithium iron phosphate and a positive pole of carbon. The space between them is filled with lithium salt. Not only this is the lithium cell easy to use, but there is also no possibility of damage to the other delicate parts of the gadget as this cell does not leak. However, the lithium cell cannot be recharged. It simply has to be replaced with a new cell. The magnetic field of an electric current. Activity. Take an empty matchbox tray. Place a magnetic needle in it. Wind 3 or 4 turns of copper wire around the tray. Connect the two ends of the wire to the poles of a dry electric cell. Insert a key in the circuit. Keep the key open. Observe the magnetic needle. It rests in the north-south direction. Bring a bar magnet near the needle. You will see its deflection clearly. Remove the magnet. The needle will go back to rest in the north-south position. Now close the key. This will at once causes an electric current to flow through the turns of wire around the matchbox. Now look at the needle. As soon as the electric current begins to flow, the needle gets deflected. When the circuit is open, the current stops and there is no deflection. What can you infer from this experiment? While an electric current flows through a conductor, it behaves like a magnet. Hence, a magnetic field develops around it, which causes the deflection of the needle. Summary. A flow of electric charges is called an electric current. Force applied by an electrochemical cell is called an electromotive force. Charges in motion give rise to an electric current. The dry cells are used in devices like electric toys, torches, transistor radios, etc. Portable machines that run on electricity, like the drilling machine or some gardening tools, make use of the nickel-cadmium cell. So that is all in this topic. Let us study more about electric current in our next topic. Till then, keep learning.